So today's topic of video is an interesting one. We're going to be starting kind of a new series which is called Car Stories. You'll never guess what this series is about. It's about car stories! I know you guys would have never guessed that, but I guess I'm kind of a trendsetter. So today's story topic is going to be being pulled over by the coolest cops ever, but that's a misleading title because in reality, they were not the coolest cops ever, or in the top 99% of cool cops, I would say. This was approximately 2016, sometime, later 2016, I think, into like September or October. I actually had a video up about this. I took it down for a couple different reasons that I don't care to get into in this video, really. It was about me and my friend Jason who got pulled over in his Subaru Impreza, which I have a crappy review on that you shouldn't watch on this channel. Is it sad that I thought that that video was awesome when I made it too? It's sad. I'll show myself out. Anyway, so we had just gotten his car washed. He was enjoying his car for like the last time for the most part because he was going to be selling it soon. And he had another vehicle to drive, so he wasn't really going to be driving it from then on out either. And he had just gotten out of the car wash. He was driving up a section of a hill past a car dealership in the town that I live in. And the speed limit on the section where the cop was sitting right there was 25. And the section we were going up into, apparently, the cop said was 35. That becomes important later in the story. So we're just driving along up there, didn't really think anything of anything, and then all of a sudden, wee 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 wee, lights behind us. Jason pulls over, he's like, okay. So you know how normally when you get pulled over, the cop will come up to your window, they'll be like, hey, how you doing? You're like, good, how are you doing, officer? They're like, I'm good. Do you know why I pulled you over? You'll be like, no. And then they'll be like, well, I pulled you over for whatever offense. This cop did not do that. This is literally the first thing he said when he pulled up to the window.
Hi, I'm Officer Whatever from the Nameless Town PD. I pulled you over for speeding. You were going 38 in a 25. That's frankly unacceptable and you will be getting a citation for this.
Like, the first thing he did was lecture us. And more things continued to happen. So I was about 15 when this happened. And so we're just sitting there, and I don't think I'd ever been in a car when it had been pulled over other than like one time a long time ago in Mexico. Granted, that time was way more sketchy for reasons that you can probably assume yourself. I was pretty nervous, and the cop is talking to Jason. He's like, what reason did you have for going that fast or whatever? He says a couple different things. And then the cop says, I had to go 52 miles per hour to catch you up the hill. That's how fast you were going. And Jason's kind of like, okay. Basically, he's trying to be as respectful as he possibly can, but quite frankly, the cop's arguments were kind of ridiculous. The cop goes back to his car, and then there was two cops that pulled us over. I think there had just been a new law that was passed in Illinois, possibly all of the United States, where there's supposed to be two policemen that pull over one car because it's safer, basically, so they have backup if something happens. The other cop comes back from the car behind him. They're just chatting in the window, having a good time. And then the police officer comes back to the window and he says, Jason, can I have you step out of the vehicle just so I can explain the situation? What's there to explain? You explained everything in the first 2 seconds we talked to you. Now these guys were clearly just bored and looking for something to do because there's absolutely no reason that Jason should have had to been taken out of the car to talk to them about anything. And of course he just complies. He's like, yeah, sure. They take him behind the car. The officer's just like basically explaining what he had just said to him. It was something along the lines of like, yeah, well, you know, you're going this fast or whatever. Then the cop explains, I didn't clock you going 38 until you were in the 35, but I heard your engine, because he had a Cobb exhaust in his car, I heard your engine when you went by, so I know you were going the same speed in the 25. Even if that was accurate, you can't prove that. You can't hear someone speeding. That's not how it works. I mean, the radar gun when you're going through isn't like, yeah, I think I heard that guy going this speed. No! And the icing on the whole cake of that is, and the icing on the cake is even though he admitted that he didn't actually clock him going 38, or actually I think it was 39 because it was 4 over, so if I said 38, just, it was 39. Even though he actually admitted he didn't clock him until he was in a zone where he was going 4 over. On the ticket, he still wrote that it was 14 over. That is not okay. And the thing is, even if Jason was going 39 in that 25 and then he clocked him up in that 35, that still doesn't work because he didn't clock him until he got into the other zone. He doesn't have proof, so he can't charge him something he doesn't have proof of. Just like how you can't be like,
well, I'm gonna arrest you for having cocaine because I feel like you do.
no, that's not how it works. Then he proceeded to say, that's right, it goes on. He proceeded to say, was your passenger of age to be smoking? We weren't smoking. Neither one of us smoke. Neither one of us did then, neither one of us do to this day. And Jason said, no, he's only 15, but we weren't smoking. And then the officer said, oh yeah, really? Well then what was the smoke pouring out of the car when you rolled down the window when I came up there? There was nothing that came out of the windows. So either he just has a crazy imagination or he was on LSD. I don't know. And no, that doesn't stand for limited slip differential, okay guys? You gotta calm down on the car stuff sometimes. So anyway, he proceeds to give Jason a little bit of a lecture. And I mean, the cop wasn't like a jerk per se, but he just was so unreasonable. And it wasn't even one of those times where they chew you out and they feel happy enough with that and they just let you off. Nope, he gave Jason a ticket. That was unfortunate. And again, this was like a minute or two after he left the car wash. So that was not a fun day. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this first car story, I have plenty more to go around. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys want to see more of these because I actually really enjoyed telling this story. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave it a like. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know in the comments. Leave a dislike, but only if you let me know in the comments because otherwise, I don't know why you disliked it, and I can't improve. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys later.